Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Mallikarjun. So in this today's demonstration, I'm going to show you one of the commonly asked interview question, or most of you are regularly discussing about this question. In case of if your system data file lost, or your system data file corrupted, or somebody deleted your system data file at OS level, what is going to impact at my database? If my database is up and running, and what happens if my database was down and somebody deleted this data file, system data file, or somebody removed my system data file? What happens? Am I able to start my database? Is my running database continue to work? And am I able to bring down and bring up my databases? So can I restore my system data file online? Can I what are the possible ways to bring my database back online? And all these questions are commonly asked in most of the interviews, because system data file is one of the very critical data file for my database. And in this scenario, we'll see it out. What happens if I lost my system data file when my database is up and running? And we'll see it. What happens if I lost my data files, system data files, when my database was down? Both the scenario we'll see it. And in both the scenario, we'll try to recover my database. uh, we'll try to recover my database with backup, and we'll try to recover my database without backup. Assuming that one of your database has a valid backup, and then you will see how to restore your system data file in case of corrupt or in case of lost. And assuming that there's a one more database, there are no backups at all, and you lost your system data file, or your system data file is corrupted, then how you can restore that database? So both the scenario we're gonna see it in this particular today's session, right? So before we start the live demonstration on my lab, so if you are new to my channel, as usual, always go back to YouTube, search for Malik034, and then please do subscribe my channel. If you like my videos, please give thumbs up, like my videos, and share with your friends and colleagues. Right, so let's jump into our lab machines here. I taken 4 sessions here, 2 in a red color and 2 with a black color here. I have 2 databases. One is DB, which is 19C, and other one is DB12C. Even though name says DB12C, it's a 19C. Both are 19C databases. In these first 2 sessions, I will use this DB database for demonstration. You can see the environment env grep Ora, so which is set to DB, Oracle base, and Oracle home. And in these other 2 sessions, if you see here, env pipeline grep Ora, it is set to DB12C, Oracle base, and your Oracle home. And then quickly I can connect to both the databases, sysdba, right? So here, and then SQL plus / sysdba, right? So let's quickly check your data file list here. Describe db underscore data underscore files, right? So you can list by your file name. Select. If you want, you can list your file ID, comma tablespace name, comma file name from your db underscore data underscore files. Right. So set pages 1000, lines 1000. Right. So these are your 4 table spaces: user, undo, system, sysocs, and associated data files. So if I run the same command on my other databases here, and if I run the same command, select file ID, tablespace name, and data files, you can see same thing here in this database as well. DB12C database, user, undo, system, sysocs, right? So both the databases are up and running. If I verify my database status, select name, comma open underscore mode, comma database underscore role from $, database. Right, so DB12C read write, and which is a primary. If I run the same command on the other databases, that's also is going to be same. DB name is DB read write and primary. Okay. Both the databases are 19C database. Both the databases are up and running. And then what we can do, we will simulate, like, we will connect to our RMAN prompt in both the databases, and we'll see is there any valid backup for these 2 databases. RMAN target /, and then list backup. Right, I don't have any backup for this database db12c. Right, if I connect to other databases, db databases, RMAN target slash connected to your db list backup. These two are like brand new databases. There won't be any backups, right? There are no backups at all here. Right, so what we can do now, we'll take a valid backup for this database. For db database, we'll take a valid backup, and for db12c database, we'll not take any backup. And then we'll simulate the system data file failures, and then how to restore both the databases, and what are the possible ways to restore your both the databases. We'll try to simulate that scenario. Right, so what I'll do now, I'll go back to my commands here. I'll take a backup for my db databases, and for db12c, I'll not take a backup. So I'll just check whether control file auto backup is on or not. Show all. Right, so control file auto backup is where is that? Control file auto backup is on. Okay, that is default. Go to your FRA location, no doubt in that. So what we can do now, I will take a backup database format. I'm going to take inside user own backup, and then this is my backup location. So let's go here and verify whether this directory exists or not. User own backup, yeah, that backup directory exists. So I'm just going to remove all of these files, rm-rf star. Done. So nothing is available right now here. So I'll just go ahead and take my database backup as backup database format, and then I'm going to take it in this format here. For only DB database, I'm going to take it. For DB12c, I'll not take a backup. So it's going to take all my data file backup, undo, system, sysocs, and users. And then I'll take archivelog backup archivelog all format, and user own backup and archive. This is the format for my archivelog backup. Right, so it has taken my database backup and then started with archivelog backup. Right, so these are your archivelog backups here. Starting with your backup. So started with your sequence number 1 till sequence number 31. Right, so it's going to take few minutes to start completing your taking your all these 31 archivelog backup. Right, so just to tell about this backup information, whatever the database backup, you can see this is your backup. All the 4 data files are taken as a backup set, and this is your backup set information. And then at the end, it has taken control file and SP file auto backup into your fast recovery area, that is your FRA location. And then it has taken your archivelog backup as a backup set. So this is your backup set information. And then again at the end, it is taken your control file and SP file auto backup. You do now list backup. So you can see list backup, you got backup is backup set 1, backup set 2, backup set 3, and backup set 4, 4 backup sets. And then first backup set is your full database backup 1.4 gig. And this is your backup set name, backup is name, and status is available, which is on disk, and how much time it took, and when it has taken, comprehension is no, and then what's the tag associated, and the list of data files associated with this particular backup set are these files. And the backup set 2 is again full and 10 MB, which is available on disk, what's the time it has taken, and compression no, status is available, and tag, and the backup is name, and which include your SP file and control file auto backup. And then your archivelog backup, and then again control file and SP file backup. Right, so this is a valid backup, you got it. Go back to your user own backup here, user own backup, and do LL. You got your valid archivelog and database backup here. And for this database, you don't have any valid backup here. Right, so I'll go ahead and then I'll do shut immediate. This database, assuming that, okay, I'll just exit, I'll connect to my SQL prompt here. I'll do shut immediate. Right, so assuming that this DB12C is in shutdown state for some maintenance, some patching or something they're doing, and we brought down this database for maintenance activity. And this database is up and running here. And then somebody from OS level, some OS admin or some junior DB or whatever it is, whoever it is, they're gonna delete your system data file in both the databases. Assuming that, okay, unnecessarily it is taking a lot of time, and then unnecessarily it's taking a lot of space on my database, let me go ahead and delete this particular data file. So he will go inside this particular location. I'll go here in this other session, go here, LL. So these are your data files here. And similarly, for this database, which is down for some maintenance, and then your junior DBA or your OS admin or whoever it is, like he will go into your data file location. Okay, unnecessarily, like unknowingly, he is going to delete your system data file, rm remove, and your system data file is gone for this db12c database. And for this database, your db database, for that also your system data file is here and done. So in both the scenario, one database is up and one database is down, your system data file is gone. So then for the running database, what happens? So I'll try to connect to my database now. I'll try to do some transactions, or you try to do shutdown, or you try to do create some users, or whatever option you try to do it. I'll just try to do shut immediate. It says it will not be able to cleanly shut down your database because your system data file is gone. You can see your system data file is gone and you cannot do any operation here. So if I try to do alter system, right? So other than this, like you cannot do shutdown, or your any of the end user transactions, or your database is not continue to work here because your system data file, that's a core functional data file, that itself is, it's gone now. So describe v dollar, or else you can do describe db underscore data underscore files, and then select we'll do the same thing. We'll do set lines 1000, pages 1000, and we'll run the same query whatever we ran here. We'll run the same thing here. Select file id, file dest, same thing. So your database right now, everything is up and running. All this information is available in your memory, and then you can able to query it and you can see it. But if you try to do any transactions, like creating some tables, appending some, creating some users, and try to do your application connection and all, so all our connections are going to fail. All the transactions are going to fail because your system data file itself is gone and you cannot do any further more operations. So if you do try to shut immediate one more time, and then there's no option, you cannot do anything else here. So your database is gone. So only thing is go ahead and do shut abort. So what I'll do, shut immediate, it's not going to help out, and I'm just going to do shut abort here. That's a one thing, right? And then here in the other databases where your database was down and somebody has removed your system data file, and then try to start your database now here. And if you completed your maintenance activity, and then now you try to start your database here, and gone, your database will never start here because your system data file was removed when your database was offline, and you cannot restore your system data file here, right? It cannot identify lock on your data file one, that's your system data file. So you can tell your alert log here, locate alert underscore db12c dot log tail hyphen f. You can see error in the file. This is your trace file, and it's a cannot identify or log the data file one, which is not available. Data file one, this is the file is not available. And then if you see here, it cannot do it. One more time, try to start up here, and same error. So you cannot. All instance is already running. Your instance is running and your database is mounted because your control file is fine, your SP file is fine, your database is mounted, and only thing is you cannot start your database. Try to do alter database open, same error message, you cannot do it. And this is for your offline databases. Now go back here and you brought to shutdown abort, and then try to do startup. And here also the same thing, your system data file was when your database was up and running, that time itself your data file was gone. So you cannot do anything here. Even here also your database will mount and you cannot start your database here. So again, same thing, check alert like here, locate alert underscore db dot log, and then I'm going to tail this alert log here, right? Same issue. So cannot identify lock on data file one is not available, right? So now we know this particular database, the DB database, has a valid backup, and this DB12C which don't have a valid backup, right? And then how you can restore your database? Even though irrespective whether your database is up and running or whether database is down, if you lost your data file, you cannot restore. If you lost your system data file, you cannot restore your data file when your database is in online mode. You have to bring down your database, you have to shut down abort, and then you have to restore your system data file in an offline mode. You cannot do it in online mode. And one of the common question they will ask, so can I able to restore just a single data file, or do I need to restore my entire database? If my database is of 50 terabyte, so no point in restoring your entire 50 terabyte of database. No point at all. So you have to restore only that data file which is lost, which is corrupted. So let's see here what I can do now. I'll connect to my RMAN prompt here, exit. I'll just do, again, my database is now mounted here. I cannot do restore and recover. I had to, shut down my database and then start within mount mode. Right now it is just already started in mount mode. I'll directly connect to RMAN target slash, my database is right now mounted here. You can see it connected to DB, which is not open. It is mounted mode. Now I can do restore data file one. Before that, you can just do report schema. The other thing, report schema, and then you'll see what are the data files backups are available right now here. So you can see temp, your all the data files, all the schemas are available here. You can do list backup or list backup of summary. So you have a valid backup here. And now you can directly go ahead and do restore data file one. So before I enter here, I'll go into my data file one location. That's my system data file here. I'll go up to my data file location here. I'll just cancel this one, CD, go here and LSFNLTR. Right now, you don't see the system data file here. Right, what I'm doing here now, I'm just doing a restore data file one. I'm not going to pass where is my backup location, because since your backup is already in FRA location, or your control file already know your backup information under U01 backup. Here is a U01 backup. So automatically it will pick up that latest backup and it will restore your data file one. Right, you can see restore data file one. So you can see U01 backup. This is your backup, latest backup information, and it has restored my data file back to my original location. If I go here, if I do one more time LSFNLTR, you can see my system data file is back online. You can tail your alert log, tail 100F, tail minus 100F. So you can see your full restore complete of data file one, and this is your data file restored, which took 4 seconds. Right, your data file is restored now. And now we can go back here. I already verified with LSFNLD. My database is back online. I'm going to run this one. What's the data file header status? I'll just connect to my SQL prompt. I'm just going to run it now here. Okay, you see here your data file 3, data file 4, and data file 7. 3, 4, 7 are your other data files. If I go 3, 4, 7 are your sysax, undo, and user tablespace. These 3 data files which are having a different SCN number. You can see SCN number ending with 46, 46, 47. And your file 1, that file 1 is your system data file, which is having its checkpoint number is 44. And you can see the status here, recovery needed. Yes, it says recovery needed. These 3 data files says no recovery needed. This data file needs recovery. Once you do a recovery, your SCN number will match. Right, let's go back here now. I'm going to do recover data file 1. Exit, connect back to your RMAN target. Recover data file 1, done. So your recovery done. Now you can exit back, connect to your SQL prompt and run the same command. Right, you can see here now your all the data files are 46, 46, 46, and recovery is not needed. And your system data file is now become 75, and which don't need any recovery. You can see this is very important. The recovery needed, it should be no. And once the recovery is not needed, then we are good to open my database. So I'm just going to open my database with the Ultra database open. I'm not going to use Ultra database open reset log or no reset log, because we are just restoring the data file. So my control file is going to be old control file. So I no need to open my database with the reset log. I'm just going to run Ultra database open. My database will be back online. Right. So Ultra database open. My database is opened. So you can see your database is opened. and you can run the same query, whatever you ran it here. Select database name, open status, and database role. I'm just going to run the same command here. Right, your DB read write, and which is primary. So your database is back ended. So point here is, if you lose your system data file, irrespective of whether your database is online or whether your database is down, so you have to shut down abort, or you have to bring down everything, and you have to mount your database in mount mode, and you have to just restore only system data file. You no need to restore your entire database. So if your database is a 50 terabyte, 10 terabyte, whatever size it is, doesn't matter. You just need to restore one single data file, and you can bring your database back online. So provided you should have a valid backup, right? Let's go to the other database which we don't have a valid backup, right? So I'll just exit here and then connect to RMAN target slash. So just do report schema once again. Report schema here, right? So you got your schema list here, and you can do list backup here, and you don't have a valid backup here, and then do the same thing. Try to restore your data file 1. The same command, restore data file 1. Right. So failure of restore command, some target not found, no backup or copy of data file 1 found. So if you don't have a valid backup for your database, and there is no way you can restore your database is gone now. So there is no way you can bring your 12C database back online. Whatever the data you have it at your 12C database, all are gone. So it is this database is absolutely no use at all now. So you cannot restore this particular database, or whatever the transactions, whatever the business data, whatever end user data, whatever the application data I had it in this particular 12C database, all are gone. So you had to rebuild a new database from the scratch, and you have to, if you have a data from other database, you have to do a export and import here, or you have to clone a database. This database is absolutely no use at all. You cannot start this database back online. So that's a use case of your having a valid or strong backup strategy for your databases. So any production databases, you try to make sure that set up a proper backups. Weekend has a every Saturday and Sunday, make sure that take a full DB backup, and rest of the days take incremental backup, and you can build your strong backup strategy, so that at any case, in any disaster scenario, you should be able to restore your database back. So best example is, if we had this particular DB database, even though we lost our system data file, since we had a valid backup, and we are able to restore our database, right? So that's a quick demo on restoring your system data file in case of lost or corrupted, whether your database is up and running or whether your database is down. You can restore your system data file provided you have a valid backup. If you don't have a backup, you cannot restore it. And I make sure, other point is, in order to restore your system data file, your database should be down and it should be in the mount mode, and then only you can restore it. You cannot do it in an online restore of your system database. And also, other point to remember, you no need to restore your entire database. You just need to restore that one single data file which is got corrupted. Right. So that's a quick demo on this particular today's session. And then tomorrow we'll see. Tomorrow we're going to see next data file restore, that might be undo or redo or some other recovery scenarios. Until then, see you guys. Bye bye.